Hello everybody, welcome to another Junk Journal with me video. I know I have been absent for a week or so. Just assume when that happens, if I disappear, it's probably just a flare up of my fibro. It happens sometimes and I've not caught up with videos or not had any prepared or anything. So yes, sometimes I do disappear on occasions, but so nothing serious, obviously, just happens. Anyway, let's talk about what I'm doing. So this is a bit of a weird one actually. I placed an order at a alternative clothing website, some of you may know it, EMP, and it was kind of a big deal for me because I'm not really someone who takes pleasure in buying clothes. I don't really like doing it. Most of my clothes are like Primark, Sainsbury's, sort of cheap stuff, basic things, leggings, jeans, baggy tops. I'm not a clothing confident person, but I got an advert on Facebook for some merch for my favourite band, and there was a scarf. You know, those kind of light floaty scarves you wear sort of autumn and spring and stuff. I'm obsessed with those scarves. I have a zillion of them, and they had one with my favourite band's logo on. I just had to have it. And then I was just looking around the website and I found a couple of tops that I was like, let's just try them out. And they were a lot more than I would usually pay. And they arrived and they actually fit and they actually looked nice. So it was kind of a big deal for me. So I thought I'd just put like the receipt and the little vouchers and stuff just into my junk journal. I don't actually even have pictures of the clothes themselves. I hadn't got around to that yet, but yeah, I'm just putting those in my junk journal because why not? Those vintage pages I just collaged on, they are from this absolutely gorgeous book. It is, you have to forgive my ignorance here. I don't know if it's Polish or Czech or something along those lines. I don't know. I apologise to any Polish or Czech people or anyone, or if that's another language, and you know what I mean. But it's very old and it's very, very delicate, but it is just stunning. So I collaged some of those in because you can kind of make it look a bit alternative, gothic-y looking in a way. So I put those on. There was like the voucher thing with the scary people on, so I just put that on. Then the vinyl sticker that says EMP on it, the order came with 3 stickers, and I was like, well, this is perfect because one for my journal, one to put on the back of my iPad cover where I put other vinyl stickers, and one to keep. I mean, perfect or what? Other things I've put on, some skull washi, some skull stickers, some of my own, some from my stash, a couple of little bits from the Tim Holtz Halloween ephemera. There was one that said for external use only, which I thought was kind of funny for buying a scarf and tops. I don't know, but yeah. And then I just added some of that grid washi just to fill up some awkward spaces. That bit up the middle is just the bit from my invoice that says what bits I bought. I don't think it's got any personal info or anything on there, and I put that up the middle. It kind of helps reinforce the spine a little bit. And then here I'm just adding some of the Tim Holtz rub-ons or remnant rubs, if you like. That's surprisingly hard to say. Remnant rubs. There we go. Yeah, the Halloween ones from last year, the year before, I'm not sure. Anyways, there I am adding my journaling, and then there was kind of this weird space between the journaling and the edge of that paper, so I'm just ripping up little strips and bits and pieces again of that grid washi and using it to fill up that space. It just, yeah, as I said, just felt like an awkward white space on the page. Just had to pause to have a little sneeze, and I've just listened to a little bit of the previous stuff I've recorded and I sound full of cold, and yes I am, but I'm fine. But it's just typical, like I finish having a flare up and then everyone in the house goes down with cold. It is just a cold, just a normal cold by the way, but it's just like, oh for goodness sake, really, world, give me a break. I know it's not the worst thing in the world, but still, can I just like be healthy for a day? That would be really great. Anyways, so I'm sorry if I sound all gross and bunged up. For these next pages, I wanted to play with some of my own collections, stickers and die cuts and stuff from my shop, because I really don't do it often enough. So I just wanted to make a big deal out of that and sort of celebrate my collections and my artwork and stuff that I do. So it's both my autumn collection called Autumnity and my moth collection called A Whisper of Moths. That background piece I just put on, that was just from like a Daphne's Diary paper block, I think they call it. This card I'm putting down here, it's from the Whisper of Moths like ephemera card set, and I wanted to use it as a little pocket or tuck spot and put it on that right hand side. But that paper there is really, really like a delicate handmade paper and you can see through it slightly. It's not completely see-through like you know, vellum would be, but you can see a fair bit. So I just put a book page on the back of that just so you wouldn't get that stark white when you turned over the page. And then I took the smaller cards from that set and I just wanted to include all of them. So what I did was just sort of attach one on top of the other to make these like really long journaling cards, and then I'm going to add my journaling to each one of those. So I added that larger card as the pocket, slightly coming off that page just to make better use of the space. And I'm going to go back and add my journaling to the back of those cards a little bit later on. On this page, all I really wanted to do just was to add loads of my autumnity stickers just all over the place. I kind of did like a falling leaves kind of effect on that right hand side of the page. I didn't start off doing that because I whacked that acorn sticker down first, and then I thought actually the falling leaves would work quite well for that. And then I realised with that, all that card I'd put on that handmade paper, because it's so delicate, I thought I'd just put some washi at the edges of it where it's, you know, attached to the whole signature, just to give it a little bit more strength. It's gorgeous paper. I mean, it's absolutely, oh, it's delicious, but it is, as I say, quite delicate. This is one of my journals from my shop. This is the specialty paper creative journal in A5, so it has that handmade paper in, and then on the other side here is some watercolor paper. So I just decided to do a whole watercolor background for this page. I'm not really great at watercolors, so I just kind of smooshing color all over the place. I'm using my Kuretake Ganzai Tambi whatever watercolors, which are really strong pigmented watercolors. I'm just going with all the autumnal colors: yellow, orange, red, brown, and then I also added just a little touch of green as well. I just thought it was kind of needed on that page. And then once it was dry, just to make it a little bit more interesting, I'm going to add some splatters of Distress Oxide spray in Vintage Photo, and then just dry that off completely. And I'm just going to use that page. I do add a couple more stickery ephemera bits to it, but I'm just going to use it for journaling. But then I wanted something obviously on the other side of that handmade paper page. I just decided to do a little bit more mixed media. This is a Tim Holtz Autumn Leaf stencil, and I'm using Nouveau embellishment mousse in gold just to add some of these gorgeous leaves. And that's going to be pretty much it for that page. Just something pretty and simple, and having something like the embellishment mousse and the paints just adds all that lovely texture. I was just showing you my journaling on the back of those cards there, and I'm going to tuck those in behind the tuck spot, and you can just see there, I just used a paper clip just to keep them in place. Using a little autumnal rub-on there. It wasn't really needed for that page, but I had bought them and I wanted to use them while I still could, and then filling up that white space up the side with some more stickers. And then I thought I have a couple of packs of autumnal ephemera packs from various brands and stuff, which I forget to use like every single year, so I thought I'd bring them out, go through them and find lots of bits and pieces to use just to add cute little clusters and stuff. So the first one is a Simple Stories one. I think it was called Forever Fall, maybe. And then that one, I've had that one for years and years. Is it October Afternoon? No, it's Echo Park, I think. I'm not sure, but it's very old. I certainly won't be able to link it. I wanted to find like a big piece to add to that page with all the stickers and stuff on, because it's mostly a decorative page, but I just wanted something. So I found that thing, what does it say? Autumn... Oh, the year's last loveliest smile. Just batched that with a random scrap of vintage paper, and I'm using Distress Oxide in Spiced Marmalade around all those little bits and pieces, mostly because I don't have many occasions to use the orange colours, so I just thought I would use them while I could. And then I'm also using, is it Gathered Twigs? Where is my list? Yes, Gathered Twigs on other things as well. So a little cluster on the bottom of the page with all the leaves on, and then just there's my sister ringing me, and then a couple of bits on that watercolor page. And as I said, I'm going to go back later on and just add a full page of journaling to that. I think I used a Pigma Micron pen on that, just obviously because it goes nicely over top of the watercolor page. You can't use any kind of pen on top of the watercolors. Okay, so last up, I'm just going to do a simple page on this white paper with, so that was a piece of a box. I bought a big box of like East Asian style or inspired washi tape because I've got a thing for it. I think it's gorgeous. So I bought a big box of it, and the box itself was actually quite gorgeous. So I cut off, sorry, the top of the box to use as a little pocket or tuck spot. I used a border punch to add scallops to two of the edges, and then I also have this vintage book page for learning. I don't know if it's Mandarin or Cantonese. I'm sorry, I don't know which one it is, but it's one of them. But it's a vintage book for learning the language. So I put that in the background. I'm adding little strips of the washi here and there. I just think it's really, really gorgeous. I hope, like, I never know where is the line between appreciation and cultural appropriation. I don't know, but I really appreciate the beauty and the style of everything from like East Asia. I think it's gorgeous. So I just wanted to do a page using all those beautiful pieces. Then I had this birthday card, like from previous years. I don't remember which one, and the colours of it really matched nicely with all the black and gold that was going on. So I've just cut off the front of the card, cut it down a bit, and I'm turning it into a tag using my tag punch board. I am going to colour some hole reinforcers, just, simple ones from, an office supplies place to put around the hole. I've put one in, used a gold metallic pen, and then I'm using a green shimmery ink on the other one. It just adds a little something to the tag. I think it makes it look really pretty. But then I also, just to give it that extra something, just put a gold eyelet through the hole as well. And then you've got the gold and the green together. I think they look really, really pretty. To add some ribbon to that, I've got little scraps of that ribbon that's got like the little leaves on, some black stuff, and then this lovely jade green kind of colour satin ribbon. So I've just put those together. I think they look really pretty in that tag. I'll do my journaling on the back of that tag. I'm just adding more strips of the washi that came in that box here and there, just kind of like so you've got samples of it all over the place. Then adding the thin stuff around the edges of that tag, and I don't think I do the journaling on screen, but I used a glittery red ink to do my journaling on there, and that is just a very quick little page to finish off the video. So thank you so very much for watching. As always, feels like it was a really short video this time. What are we on? 12.5 minutes. Okay, that's not too bad. Anyway, getting rambly, need to shut up. Thank you so much for watching. Links to everything will be down in the description box, including stuff from my shop as well as other things I've used like inks and stuff like that. And that's about it. Please leave me a thumbs up if you enjoyed. Chat to me down in the comments. I'm gonna go. Bye bye!